Okay, well, welcome back, everybody, to our Between Two Teachers. I'm Consuelo Lara,
I'm Madeline Kronenberg.
and we're going to be away for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Thanksgiving is coming up, so we wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. So next week we won't be recording, and the week after that we'll be at CSBA. But maybe we could do a YouTube one from there.
From there, on our phones.
On our phones, we could think of that.
We'll be, out in the field.
Yes, out in the field. That is in the field.
Yeah, that might
That
be
is out in the field.
a lot of fun. So everybody must know the outcome of the election.
The election here is our new board. We have a board member. This time the board member is now Consuelo Lara.
Thank you, everybody, for your support, and I am humbled and honored to serve. So, yes, now it's time to get to work.
And what we don't know is whether or not Mr. Thurmond has been elected. He is ahead as of this moment, but we're not sure yet. It hasn't been declared.
Yeah.
So, but hopefully he will be elected, and that will make a huge difference for California. And what we don't know also is when the air is going to get clearer. Because right now, as we're doing this particular episode, we're under very unhealthy circumstances with the air, and so the school is closed today, and it's been a big set of decisions, and that's an interesting thing we could just talk about for a second, is how difficult that decision has been for the district, for Mr. Duffy to make, because in addition to looking at the challenges for our classrooms, it's difficult to have our families not have any notice for the fact that they're not able to send their kids to school, when for many of our children they rely on school for breakfast and lunch. And we put in place feeding programs that work all year long, except for 1 week during the year, the week at our winter break, our Christmas break, when we don't have feeding programs in place. But for the rest of the year, when we're not in operation, there are feeding programs for our families, for our children. And so that was one of the concerns that we had, and whether or not they were safer at school and had more resources for them at school. But the air has become totally intolerable and incredibly unhealthy, and so what has to happen is we have to have plans in place now. If this is the new normal, this unbelievably long and unpredictable fire season.
And we had talked about there being some kind of, like, either through the county or some kind of indication to say, okay, this is the time, schools should close.
So the superintendents don't have to independently try to figure this out for themselves, which is what had to happen here, right? And in other circumstances, like I remember when we had the earthquake, the big earthquake, the whole school stayed open. Everybody went the next day. We went. This is like we went. But we don't when there's weather problems. That's the thing that people...
Yeah. And our district in particular has a lot of children with asthma.
Yes.
Significant number of kids with asthma.
Yes.
So this is very important that there be a criteria. Okay, we reached that point. That's it.
So this is something that the district should have some sort of either an ad hoc committee or have it be part of the safety committee conversation around what the lessons learned were from this particular event. We had it last year as well when the fires came, and what strategies we can use and what strategies are being used throughout California, really. And we could bring it up at CSBA so that we're not the only school district that has the problem.
The environment affects all of us. Right. It affects our children. It affects our schools. We need to be proactive in responding to all of these issues that come, whether it's water or air or, I agree.
Exactly. I agree. Exactly. So that's one of the lessons learned that we can learn from dealing with this. Now you have some things you want to share about your your new
Yeah.
term in office.
Yeah, when I sat down and thought about my role and what I hope to accomplish and achieve during this time, it got me to thinking about my visions that I would like to see happen in the school district, and there's a lot of them. There's one that we have, Madeline and I have talked about before, the Teacher Academy. So I have this vision that we have so many homegrown teachers who come back, and maybe even homegrown administrators, but so many who've come back to their home to teach that we do not need TFAs, the Teach for America program, at all, which is a Band-Aid out of desperation program that we've had to use because of the shortage of teachers. So that's a vision that I have. What do you think about that?
That's an excellent vision, and I really do think the TFA, the idea of TFA is sort of like a Peace Corps kind of idea, right? And the difference with the Peace Corps, I know my sister served in the Peace Corps many years ago, but they're not taking somebody else's job. They're sort of filling in as missionaries in a sense, right? And adding extra support to folks that need it. And what TFA has morphed into is a pipeline of inexperienced teachers. And inexperienced teachers who are not usually at all homegrown and who are given a very short amount of training and are not prepared to be in our most challenging classrooms at all. They're inexperienced teachers. So there is no high-performing district that has a strategy of let's fill our classrooms with inexperienced teachers, right? And so the idea would be for certainly San Francisco has been able to eliminate TFA and replace them with their homegrown teachers from their Education Academy program, which has been very successful for them over time. So that is the idea here for us.
Absolutely. So that's
it's an exciting idea, and it's in place, right? And
with the district has given a green light to establishing a teacher academy. We'd like to see some teacher clubs, maybe at the middle school level, and that could feed into those students who have early heard the calling to become a teacher, and and we'll grow that. So that's a great goal that I hope will flourish. So. And then another one has to do with, well, let me take one, let's take a school that's with high need. For instance, Stige. My vision for a school of high need would be, we have our best teachers there. In fact, that we have our national board certified teachers there. And that's a big deal. That when a teacher is national board certified, there's training and there's observations and there's videotaping and there's recording. I mean, it's really a high standard for a teacher to be able to complete and be board certified. So if we had our highest need students have our most qualified teachers, it would affect everything. And as well, parents getting the support that they need as well. Because high need means usually poverty and all kinds of issues and challenges in those communities and the families, so they need extra support. And so that's a vision that I have with our high need schools.
I love this vision because what really this brings to these children are teachers who have learned to be reflective about their practice. Right? And that is what you have to do to become board certified. The key thing is that you've looked at what you've done, you've been vulnerable and let other people look at what you've done, and with an eye to making sure that you are the best possible practitioner you can be. And if we could bring our strong practitioners into the places where these children have the most difficult lives, I think it will make all the world of difference. All the world of difference. So each classroom, rather than needing a great deal of other support people, will have the main person there who can lead her own or his own class successfully. So I'm hopeful that that is what happens at our highest need schools, and Stige is certainly one. There are others as well, and there are other strategies beyond that. But the thing about this particular strategy is that it's doable. This is
Absolutely.
picking a. The one thing about National Board Certification is it exists. It's a third-party certification that is the highest level certification you can have as a teacher, right? And you've put yourself through it, and you've done the work to get it. So the teachers that have chosen to get nationally board certified are setting themselves apart and saying that this really is their career, and they're very serious about it. So I'm excited. I think that is something that will be a game changer, big game changer.
Absolutely. So that's another vision, and I think I'll share one more, and that is that students, when they graduate, they have a wider range of choices. That yes, we have more students who are prepared to go to college, A to G, and they have done all of the steps in order to prepare themselves to be eligible to go to college. But also, in addition to that, that they are prepared to get a job, that they are prepared to maybe start a small business. How do you do that? And they're also knowledgeable about all of the certificate programs that are offered in the community college, Contra Costa Community College. And in fact, through dual enrollment, concurrent enrollment, they may be able to choose to complete a certificate program while they're in high school, and therefore be prepared, trained to get a job, certified to get a job once they graduate. And that means also a stronger area when it comes to CDE, CTE, career technical education, and the pathways of that area. So, and that means also working closely with the unions for the apprenticeship programs, and making sure students are, maybe we have pre-apprenticeship programs that prepare students. You got to pass tests. There are tests you got to be able to, math and that's used in these trades type careers. So anyway, more job training for students, and through partnerships and alliances with those that are available. So
it's really true, and actually it fits in with the Education Academy, because the model of the Education Academy in San Francisco is when you graduate high school, you already have the certification to be a paraprofessional. You've been concurrently enrolled, so that you immediately can go into the classroom the September after you graduate as a paraprofessional, and you're in the classroom as a para while you're taking your additional classes for your BA. That's why they're such success.
That's right.
That's the level of support, and with the models that I've seen, that's the one that I'm the most impressed with, because that totally works. You're already in education. You've joined the industry, so it's as if you're in an apprenticeship program.
Yes.
Right. It's the same idea.
And that reminds me about the teachers that we have right now in our schools who may have a master's degree. If you have a master's degree, you could teach at a community college. So let's say you pick up one class that you're going to teach. You could actually teach it at your high school, in your own classroom, and the students will get college credit for that. So that's another way of expediting this whole process.
It is, and it's a way for our students not only to be they're going to be college ready, because they're going to be in college, right? They're already there, and we've had that with our middle college students. I mean, we had lunch today with somebody who was saying how important it was for us to raise the rigor level. Well, one way to do that is to teach the college level class at the high school. And that we are doing it. We are doing it with our capstone, our highest level classes for many of our academies, but we certainly need to grow that program so that all of our students, that nobody's left behind. If everybody had college credit. If everybody had one class that they were concurrently enrolled in, then we could say they were prepared because they have taken a college class. They know the rigor. That is really the way to prepare them, I think.
Absolutely. I'm very excited. So I just wanted to share at least those three. Maybe I'll share more as we go along. And yeah, so those are some visions for the district. And
we're both very grateful to be here. I'm so grateful that you consented to run for the board and that you won. I want everyone to know that we're looking forward to Thanksgiving, and then after Thanksgiving we'll be back for our next episode, perhaps from the road.
Absolutely. And Madeline, I just want to thank you for everything you've done for me to get me to this place. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm so excited that it's happened. And I want to thank our director and cinematographer, who's the man behind the camera. Yes. We're going to have to post a picture of him so you can see him. But Carlos is, there he is. There he is. We wouldn't be able to do this channel without Carlos. So for the 11 of you who are out there and please subscribe.
Yes. Subscribe.
If you are actually watching this, Demetrio, and whoever else might be there, tell your friends to subscribe so we can get up over 11 subscribers. That's my Thanksgiving wish.
That's it.
So thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.